My name is Claire. I am 46. I work as a school librarian on Cedar Grove Avenue. For 15 years I was married to Marcus. He is 50. A civil architect who builds quiet buildings that last. We chose no children. We had each other. 3 months ago Marcus had heart surgery. When he came home he looked at me in the kitchen at 9:47 p.m. His hands shook. He said, "Claire, I have hidden something from you for 15 years." My stomach dropped. For weeks I had seen diner receipts. I had found a birthday card. "Happy birthday, Dad," in a young girl's handwriting. I thought I knew the truth. I was wrong. What he told me that night did not break us. It changed everything I believed about love and promises. The evidence had been piling up for months. Every March 3rd Marcus disappeared for one night. He said he had work. Toll logs showed trips 50 miles out of town. Diner receipts were in his coat pocket. Then I found the card. No last name. Just Dad. I followed him once, ashamed. I saw him hug a teenage girl outside a small apartment. She looked 17. She called him Dad. I did not confront him. He was recovering from surgery. I told myself to wait. I was a librarian. I catalogued facts. And the facts looked like betrayal. I imagined a secret family. I imagined 15 years of lies. I could not sleep. The house on Cedar Grove felt cold. The man I trusted felt like a stranger. Yet part of me refused to believe he could lie. Marcus reached for my hand but did not touch it. He looked tired. Peaceful, but afraid. He said, "I need to tell you about March 3rd, 15 years ago. Before we met, I was a paramedic. We got a call for a highway pileup. 5 cars. Rain. A family car was crushed. The parents were trapped. Their daughter was 8. Her name was Maya. We pulled her from the back seat. She was shaking, but alive. The father was conscious. His face was burned. He grabbed my wrist with all his strength. He said, "Promise me she will never grow up alone. Promise me you will make sure she has someone." I promised. Right there in smoke and glass. Both parents died that night. Maya had no family. Child services took her. I tried to adopt her. They said no. Single paramedic. Too much risk. So I made a different promise to myself. I could not be her father on paper, so I became someone in the shadows. I set up an anonymous trust. I paid her school fees. I paid for therapy after the trauma. I hired a counselor to check on her placements. When she was 13 she asked who saved her. The counselor arranged a meeting. I told her I was the paramedic. She started calling me Uncle M. Later she called me Dad. Not because I demanded it. Because she needed it. Every March 3rd I drove to the old highway. I laid flowers. I talked to her parents. I wrote her a letter. I never signed my name. I wrote, "From someone who cares." I hid this from you, Claire, because I was scared. I thought you would feel like you were sharing me with a ghost from my past. The diner receipts you found were for Maya's therapy sessions. The toll logs were for the highway. The birthday card was from her. She was 17 in that photo. She made it at school. She never knew my full name. I never wanted her to think I wanted credit. I only wanted her to feel safe. I never touched another woman. I never wanted to. You are my life. But that promise was made in blood and broken glass. I could not break it. After surgery I realized I might not have much time. If I died, Maya would be alone again. I could not leave this world without you knowing. I slid a wooden box across the table. Inside were 15 leather books. One for each year. Memory books. I opened the first one. It was dated the year after the crash. Each memory book held 1 year of Maya's life. Report cards. Drawings of houses. Letters she wrote to someone. She did not know it was me. The counselor delivered them. The books were neat. Her handwriting grew from child to adult. The 10th book had a photo of her at a science fair. The 12th had a note, "I got into nursing school." The last book was empty except for a date. March 3rd, this year. And a line at the bottom. "If I am gone, give these to Claire." My hand shook. 15 years of silent love sat in front of me. Not romance. Not betrayal. Duty. Marcus watched me. He said, "I am sorry I hid this. I was terrified of losing you. Can you forgive me for keeping a promise?" I could not speak. I only cried. Beneath the books was a small silver bracelet. Old. Tarnished. Marcus picked it up. He said, "This was Maya's mother's. It fell from her wrist at the crash. I kept it. I never gave it to Maya. I was afraid it would hurt her. So I kept it safe." He placed it in my palm. It was cold. I closed my fingers around it. For 15 years I thought Marcus was lying. I built a case in my head. Diner bills. Toll logs. A girl who called him dad. Now I saw the truth. He had carried an invisible weight. He had kept a vow made to a dying man. My anger did not vanish. It changed. It became grief for the years he suffered alone. I looked at him. He looked smaller in his robe. Honest. Breakable. Mine. We did not talk much that night. We sat at the table. The box between us. I touched each book. 15 years. I thought about the March nights he came home quiet. I thought about the diner coffee smell on his jacket. It was not an affair. It was grief. It was honor. I asked him why he never told me. He said, "Because I did not know how to tell you without losing you." I nodded. I understood fear. I had lived in it for months. I asked if I could meet her. He said yes, when you are ready. I closed the box. I held his hand. For the first time since surgery, I felt close to him. Not because the secret was gone. Because the reason for it was love and duty. 3 weeks later there was a knock at the door. It was a Saturday morning. Marcus was making pancakes. He glanced at me. "That's her," he said. "Are you ready?" I nodded. My heart raced. When I opened the door, a young woman stood there. She was 23. Tall. Kind eyes. She wore nursing scrubs. Her hair was tied back. She held a small bouquet. "Hi," she said. "I am Maya. Thank you for letting me come." Marcus appeared behind me. Maya hugged him carefully. "You are the reason I survived," she said. "Not just that night. Every day since." Marcus smiled. "You did the work, kiddo. I am glad you are here." Then Maya turned to me. We looked at each other. The wife. The girl. 15 years in one moment. "Thank you," Maya said to me. "For sharing him. I know it was not easy." I pulled her into my arms. It felt natural. Like closing a circle. "I am sorry it took me long to know you," I whispered. "You are welcome here. Always." We spent the afternoon together. Maya told stories. Nursing school. Pediatrics. She wanted to work with scared children. I want to be there when they are afraid, she said. Marcus listened with pride. I watched them. Easy jokes. Gentle teasing. I felt no jealousy. Only warmth. Our house had been just the two of us for so long. Now it held a third voice. A third story. When Maya left, she hugged us both. I will come back soon, she said. If that is okay. It is more than okay, I said. As her car pulled away, Marcus put his arm around me. We stood on the porch. The sun was low. We never had children, he said. But somehow we helped raise one. I leaned on his shoulder. She will change lives, I said. Like you changed hers. That night we lay in bed. I thought about secrets. The biggest ones are not always betrayal. Sometimes they are promises too sacred to break. Loving someone means trusting silence. Marcus had carried weight for 15 years. Not out of deceit. Out of honor. He had kept a dying man's wish. He had shaped a young woman into someone extraordinary. Our marriage, which I feared was broken, was stronger than I knew. We did not have biology. We had choice. Cedar Grove Avenue is quiet most days. But now our house has new sounds. Maya visits on Sundays. She brings books from my library. She tells us about her patients. Marcus makes coffee. He still leaves notes in my bag. Small drawings. Stick figures with hearts. On March 3rd we drive to the highway together. All three of us. We lay flowers. We say names. We remember. Maya wears the silver bracelet now. I gave it to her. I told her where it came from. She cried and thanked me. She said her mother would be proud. I believe she is. Love is not always loud. Sometimes it is shown in quiet acts. In keeping vows no one sees. In choosing compassion when it costs something. People ask if I was angry. At first, yes. Anger is fast. But anger burns out. What remained was respect. Marcus could have walked away 15 years ago. He did not. He chose responsibility over comfort. He chose a child over his reputation. He chose truth over ease, even if it took 15 years to speak it. I am a librarian. I believe in records. The record now says this. A man kept a promise. A girl grew up safe. A marriage learned to hold more than two. I do not romanticize the pain. It was real. The nights I cried were real. But so is the peace we have now. It is earned. It is earned every time we sit at the table and tell the truth. Maya graduates next spring. She wants to work in trauma pediatrics. She says she wants to be the person she needed when she was 8. Marcus and I will be in the front row. We will hold hands. We will not hide. After the ceremony we will go to dinner. All three of us. We will toast to second chances. To the paramedic who kept his word. To the girl who survived. To the wife who learned to listen. Our life is not dramatic. It is steady. We hike on weekends. We read on the porch. We are not famous. We are not viral. We are just people who chose each other after the worst night of our lives. That is enough. That is everything. If you are listening and you have a secret that feels like a wall, ask yourself what it is protecting. Fear or love? Sometimes we hide to keep someone safe. Sometimes we hide because we are scared. The difference matters. Marcus taught me that. He taught me that a promise can be a kind of love. He taught me that silence is not always a lie. Our house on Cedar Grove is still quiet at night. But now our porch light stays on for 3. If you ever feel alone, remember this. Someone might be keeping a promise for you, even if you do not know their name. And if you can, be that someone for someone else. Thank you for listening to our story.